Right, just a little quick video now. Well, hopefully quick video. I bought this power board some time ago, and ever since I purchased it, this one outlet here hasn't worked. Right, it wasn't worth taking it back to the shop. Just couldn't bother. But I mean, we had enough at the time. Well, this needed more than 4. Right, so this one's got 5 that worked. So this one didn't work. Just plug it in, nothing, no power. So obviously either the switch is faulty, or hey, that just broke. Let's just come off it. Switch is faulty now. Anyway, so it must have bad terminals in there. I'll have to look at the switch down and see what I can do with that. I'll probably bypass it on all the time. Yeah, so I need to figure out what's going on there. It's probably just the terminals aren't closed up properly. So it's got like a 2-pin screwdriver bit now. Let's have a look. Alright, here we go. I'm pleased to do it. Looks close. I'll get the thing out. Come on, come out. Alright, see if this will do the job. I mean, the switch lights up, but there's just no power on the socket. So we'll see if I can see what's going on with it. It's probably not a big deal, which is why I'm expecting this to be a short video. It's the first time I've used this little screwdriver, and it's hard to grip. It's slippery. It's got these little rubber rings around here, but that's not really enough. Right, I'm going to skip this bit for you. Right, that's all the screws undone. Let's open it up. So, what do we have here? It's like a bus bar. Going down on switches. And negative bus bar. Well, neutral bus bar. Soldering, yeah, I suppose it's okay. It's not the best. That one is only barely even touching. That one's not soldered very well at all, just there. And that, incidentally, is the dodgy one. But the light does come on. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that. You can see it's not. You can see a line next to the actual conductor. It's not very well soldered. Okay, so, and okay, here's the reason it doesn't work. Yeah, okay. Here's the reason. You get some tweezers. So, this is made in China, right? As most things are these days. I mean, that looks kind of okay. Okay. Okay, these are obviously welded on, they're like crimped and welded into those, which is fine. Got a grounding bus bar, which looks, yeah, okay, I suppose. Got a ground at each end. One that goes to the board over there somewhere. Can't see exactly where it goes. Disappears, must go there, I think. He has some mobs in there. Bloody cat scratching the curtain. Get out. Go on. Right. Yeah, but this is the problem. Here we go. There's no neutral connected. Look. That's why it doesn't work. There's no neutral. So not only is that live connection a bit dodgy, the neutral isn't even attached. So I'm going to have to fix that. Somehow yeah, and I'll check all these as well. I mean, that doesn't look like the best soldering either. That's been soldered, welded, 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 soldered. I'm guessing that was a bad weld as well, and they fixed that one, kind of. Yeah, look at that one. There we go. Yeah, high quality manufacturing. This is one of the more expensive ones as well, which is why I purchased it. It can be slightly better. It'll probably be slightly better because the things actually fit, but something I come across is the like in really cheap power boards. There's a Alto brand, and the plugs probably only plug in by about probably that much. Right, you're barely in at all, and sometimes you can hear things. If the plug moves slightly, you hear it arcing. You know, it's like those things shouldn't even be sold. They shouldn't be allowed to be made. You know, it's okay having it safe so it goes right in. That's fine, but not so much that during normal use it's faulty. Anyway, that's be ranting. So I've got to fix that. I'm going to resolder this because that looks dodgy too, and resolder that, and see what I can do about repairing this switch, which is broken now. Yeah, I'll have to maybe just turn it on and glue it in place or something. Actually on's that way. Maybe just glue it back on and just glue the whole thing up so it doesn't move. Yeah, I don't care, it stays on. Right, let's see what we can do. Let's get the power going. Soldering iron warmed up. This is fairly large mass, so I'm putting on quite a bit of heat for this. Let's increase it a little bit. Right, I shall pause this video and I shall get set up properly. So let's take a closer look at this crimping. It's like, well, there's half the conductors and there's the other half. Well, not even half of them are in that crimp. Right, that's just appalling. So I'm going to be cutting it off and starting again and just putting a fresh piece of wire straight onto that. So I'm just going to scrape this up a little bit, get it ready. And I'll use the flux as well. I'm actually going to do it. But giving it a scrape always seems to help. Because it's something to key onto and sort of stuff. Actually, just take this out of here. Might be a bit easier, eh? Metal thickness, yeah, it's alright, I suppose. Just a nice conductive, clean, fresh copper there. Try and do this side the hole as well, so it's going to grab hold of. And back. Right. But yeah, it's just, you have to wonder, eh? Bloody, the quality of that is appalling. Right, let's cut that off, start again. Where's my stripper? Actually, I'm not sure I've got the stripper in there. Do it this way. Some flux in here, need to be nice and good, so I've got to redo that one over there as well, same deal. But yes, I have to say it's not particularly impressive construction. Should put it back in there for now. This is the better flux, it's going to need good flux for this. Alright, I hope I've got that iron hot enough, we'll find out. Where's my solder? There we go. Let's turn this fan on, this is going to stink. And it's also going to be a little loud. And get this ready. Right. Let's try and put this through the hole. Right, that's a bit better. All the other ones seem to be kind of okay. I mean, it's like this, they bodged that one pretty much. All the other ones seem to be crimped on all the wire. So let's pull this one out and all this. So this one looks like a bit of a mess. You know, state of that, that's barely even on there, is it? And they knew it. So let's just try and clean this up a bit and make this a bit better. Probably find that a solder was holding it on. Yes, it is. Right, I'll clean that right up properly then. I shall be back in a second. Right, so I've just cleaned up, and a bit of wire which was actually in that solder was still in the solder. It just basically fell off. It's really badly done. So I've got that prepared. I just need to see what I'm going to do with this bit here. I might just bit of solder off. And the crimp looks okay. It's around the whole wire. It seems to be anyway. So we shall see if just doing that is going to be good enough. And soldering this piece. Get the same going again. It occurred to me my microphone was right by the fan, so hopefully you can actually hear what I was saying before. I've been moving things around. I'm still not happy with it, but. Well, that seems kind of okay. Yeah, that seems alright. Okay. So that drops in there like that. Solder on both sides, just clean this side up a bit. It's getting a bit hot. There we go. So get that onto there. That. So I just want to try and get some, sit it roughly in place and then solder it as it's supposed to be. That should probably do it. I'll try and get it. So I'll drop it right down, I can't get to it, you see. So let's stick something under it to try and hold it in place. That's not going to work. Ooh. Actually, it's pretty close, just like that. Let's try that. Come on, transfer the heat. Right. Okay. Now see how close this is to that neutral line on that track there? I really don't like that bloody arrangement. I really don't like it. It's not a good design. Look at that gap there. That's tiny. Because it doesn't. Well, I've had to repair it. Let's see if I can trim that down a bit to make it a bit better. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? Really, that wire should come around over to this side here and solder on there, but it's too short. So, you know, the scrimping on the wire was the problem here, really. Should have come around here, then it could have been bent around like that. So that's well clear. Yeah, I mean there's a gap, but it's not a big gap, is it? You know, there. I mean, what this is being used in is in my mobile home, so it's not used in the house. But and it's not going to get any big surges because it's, you know, running off an inverter. We just have lots of low current devices we have to power. That's all. I'm tempted to change that wire because I'm really not happy with that. I'm tempted to move over this side. Yeah, I don't know. So it got things. Yeah, it does have things on the other side to help to push against those to hold in place. So it's not going to drop down. It's a gap. It's probably good enough. It's not a big gap. Nah, I shouldn't risk it, being mains voltage. So I'm going to take this wire off again. I'm going to put a new wire in near to there. I'll be back right back. Alright, so let's pull this wire out. I'll just try to see if I could actually get it to reach directly underneath the board that way, but it doesn't quite reach. It's a little bit too short. If they made this wires literally a centimetre longer, the problem wouldn't have been there. So anyway, so there's the wire. I should put a new one in. Okay, so there's a new piece of wire. As you can see, lengthwise it's a bit bigger than the original one. So I'm going to solder this up and get it ready to fit. Try and get it so you can actually see what I'm doing. Straggler there. Don't need stray strands. I haven't put any flux on this, but this solder's got heaps of flux in it. I only really worry about if I think I might have an issue with trying to get good adhesion to a surface, like with the bars. Okay. So I have to fit it onto this one here. Get the right piece out. Clean this up. Scraping it does make a big difference to how good a connection you can get, because otherwise you've got some oxidization or some other kind of residue sometimes, which prevents the solder from sticking too well. So it's always pays to give things a bit of a scrape up so it's all nice and shiny and fresh. My cats are having a bit of a disagreement. Being a bit of a pain today, those two. Oh. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and solder this in before I actually fit it. Come on through the hole. Might have to clamp this in something. I'll be right back. It's always helpful having this kind of thing. These little tools to hold things for you. Sometimes you don't have three hands when you need them. Just try and make sure we've got plenty of solder on there. So it flows right through to the other side as well. Yeah, that's fine. So that should actually sit below the board. I should just be able to drop it in and then run that wire around back through that hole. That's the theory anyway. Then of course we'll try and get the wire through the hole. That's going to be interesting because the board is secured in place because it's been soldered to all the switches. So unless I desolder every single switch, it's not going anywhere. Come on, is that cool down yet? Yeah, I've now got hold of it at least. So it's been a quick video. Made it go stiff down here, haven't I? Come on. Shouldn't have to do this, you know. It should just not be a necessary thing to do. It should just be correct from the factory. But you know, it's Chinese, so you know you kind of expect issues, don't you? So that looks a lot better, doesn't it? That's way clearer there. You know, it's way better than these other ones. It should be made like that. Right. Now the wire is there, but I need to get the thing through this hole. There you go. There's a hole cleared. This is going to be interesting. I may need different tweezers for this. Try and bend it around at the same time. Right. Not the easiest thing to do. Just about there. Come on, come through. There we go. Gotcha. Right. Right. Let's check out the soldering on the switches themselves. Yeah, they're a little bit dodgy actually. Just got one track going to one side and it's really thin. Not quite sure how it's supposed to handle the current. So let's just build these up a bit, eh? Rather, you know, make it a bit beefier and hopefully reduce voltage drops as well at the same time, won't it? So, and potentially fires. You know, although what I'm using on this thing right now is not particularly high current stuff, it doesn't mean it's not going to be high current stuff in the future. I think if they actually built this thing properly, it would have actually been a decent quality unit. But what's let it down is the assembly. Really, I think the design itself's okay. It's just the assembly, just quite disappointing, I suppose. But you know, that's what you get, isn't it, these days? Poor quality, and everyone kind of expects it. It's like, oh, poor quality. Well, you know, it's normal. Well, yeah, It shouldn't be normal. Poor quality shouldn't be normal. Right, so I mean, they've made an attempt. I mean, they've got this neutral bus bar running down to try and increase the current loading with just that track for each actual outlet, which is quite, yeah, I suppose it's kind of alright. But I mean, they made some efforts, but it's just details where they just haven't quite done things as well as they should have done. Let's look at anything else then here, which might look a bit dodgy. So you've got the overload over here, which is basically at 10 amps, and you've got neutrals rubbing on the edges of it. You know, it's like, well, that's probably not the best thing to be doing. And it's running the live through that system, through those tabs, and it's got a neutral sitting there rubbing on it on the edge. You know, that's like asking to short out, isn't it, really? So I might actually put something on there to isolate that. But yeah, I don't know, it's just, at least now that socket should work. What's that? Maybe it's from something on my desk, but I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So the next thing I'll look at is a switch here, because now it's got this switch with, there's a resistor right there. So right there is a live potential, I think. Yeah, it's live potential right there. So if those break, you're potentially touching a live. Yeah, not the best. So I'm going to glue that and repair it. Looks like it's just fractured a little bit. So I shall come back after. Okay, so I'll just drop that bit back into the end there, and I've glued it up, and I've actually glued the whole switch so it doesn't move anymore. Right, so that's not going to switch anymore. I've glued the sides, all the little broken bits, and just glued it all in place to make it nice and strong. And I don't care if it switches; it can stay on. It's fine. Alright, all the other ones will switch. That one won't. That's solid now, and that's fine. So yeah, that's the repair of that. I'm not going to bother testing it. Well, obviously I'm going to do testing, but not that particular testing. And flux everywhere. So yeah, that's that little video done. So give us a thumbs up, tell you what you think, what your experiences are with these kinds of things. Yeah, you get what you pay for, I suppose.